This is Jonathan Agoff here for Pro Boxing Fans. Delighted to be joined actually for the first time by Joshua Buatsi. Josh, how does it feel you're back out in action at last on October 4th? It's been a long, long time.
Yeah, man, it's been a long wait, Jonathan, but we're here now. Two and a bit weeks to go, so not long. But yeah, it's been a long, long wait, but I've remained positive. I've stayed in the gym, so yeah, I'm good to go, man.
Mentally, was this a tough period considering that not only have you been out of the ring during the pandemic like everyone else, but you've also been out of the ring because I know you were meant to fight, I believe, on last October, was it on the Newcastle bill? And you had an injury, of course.
No, that was November the 2nd,
November 2nd.
and then I was very, very unwell, so I stepped out of that one. And then March the 28th this year, I was meant to box, but lockdown happened, I think, two weeks before. So yeah, it's been quite unfortunate, but as I've said to people, man, I'm fit, I'm strong now, I'm 100%. I'm not here to say, oh, I'm unwell, something's wrong with me. So from that side of the table, everything's good.
Marco Calic on October the 4th, unbeaten Croat.
Yeah.
Looking at his record, it's actually the first time you fought an unbeaten fighter in your career.
Yeah.
Does he pose quite a threat in the sense that he's unbeaten and hungry and looking to win, basically?
No, I think my mindset will still be the same. I know I'm in with a good opponent who has boxed a lot at the top level as an amateur. Didn't go to the Olympic Games, but he's participated in every other big major. So no, I haven't thought, because he's undefeated, do this, do that different. No, it's a good fighter that's coming to beat me. So I'm doing everything that I can do to make sure that October the 4th goes in my favor. So yeah, I haven't specifically thought or especially thought different of him in regards to all my other opponents.
Are you someone that studies your opponents a lot? I know you said his amateur career, he's beaten the likes of Alan Babic. Do you watch your opponents before a lot, or do you leave it to your trainer?
Nah, it's more like, okay, this guy I'm fighting, is he a boxer, a fighter, a brawler? Once I know that, we watch a round or two, and that's about it. How he's boxed Tom, it's not how he's going to box me. How he's boxed you, Jonathan, it's not how he's going to box me. So I try not to read into all of that. You can watch a few rounds and get an idea of their style, what they like to do, what they don't like to do. And for me, that's enough to kind of say, okay, cool, we'll take it from there.
You're obviously headlining this as well, so it's another step on the journey.
Yeah.
What does it mean to you to headline? It's quite, I guess, a big moment in your career.
Yeah, man, it's good to top the bill. Of course, mainly you'd have wanted that when there was a live crowd, but this is the situation that we're in. So yeah, it's a good opportunity. Just make sure I put on a show. So I'm preparing as much as I can do. And yeah, all roads lead to October the 4th. That's all I'm kind of concentrating on and all I'm thinking about.
Have you had any indication on, you said no crowd, which is probably a given at the moment considering what the government said last week, but have you had any indication on where the fight might take place?
Still not at the moment. And regards to no crowd, I think Eddie has said that, currently is no crowd. They're trying to do as much as they can do to allow the crowd, but it's I think it's pretty much out of their hands, is what the government says. So everyone's kind of on pause waiting for that. For me, I'm just happy that a date has been secured and we're concentrating on October the 4th.
I know you said you're only going to be concentrating on October 4th, but there's been a various amount of names mentioned. I just wondered your opinion. Obviously, we saw Anthony Yarde win on the weekend. That fight's building quite nicely. He said,
Yeah.
I believe in an interview, that you and him, that collision course is going to be as big as Anthony Joshua, Dillian Whyte. Do you agree with that?
I'd like to agree with that, and I hope that it is. That fight with Josh and Dylan, I was actually there. And for me, it was probably the best atmosphere I've been in for a fight. I was like, can you imagine this? Both from London, and this is what they're doing at the arena. Madness. So yeah, if it can get to that magnitude and more, I'll be like, that's mad, and I'd be happy to participate in that. So yeah, it's a fight that, as you said, a lot of people are talking about it, and if it happens, it will be good. my career continues regardless, and so does his. So if it happens, great news.
And Eddie Hearn said that you and Callum Johnson is a likely fight next for the European title. Is that also playing on your mind at all?
Nothing's playing on my mind at all, if I'm honest, Jonathan. Yeah, right now the only thing that's on my mind is October the 4th. But in regards to that fight, I think because we're both with the same promoter, that's a lot easier to make than myself and Yarde.
Mm.
So yeah, it's a lot easier to make.
Uh,
That's kind of what I can say about that fight. It's a lot easier to make than myself and Anthony Yarde.
Just two quick ones before I let you go. I saw an Instagram post from your old opponent, Liam Conroy, quite a while ago, but it always stuck with me, and I wanted to ask you when I saw
Yeah.
you that he put something out on needing his medicals paid for, and you were the first person to reach out to him. I just saw that and thought, like, what an incredible thing to do, considering you shared all those rounds with him.
Yeah, thank you, man. He tried to punch my head in, I think a few months before that fight, but a few months after that fight, sorry. But again, man, without your medicals, you can't box. You can't box. You can't get paid. You can't get paid. You can't put food on the table. If you can't put food on the table, your family go hungry and starving. So I thought I'll share the ring with this guy, even much more respect for him. So if there's any way that I could help, and that went up, and he said, "Oh, his medicals need to be done." Funny enough, that's what I've been doing today, the whole day, just sorting out my medicals and that. So I know how important it is, and you know, it's the beginning of everything. Without that, you can't box, you can't get paid, you can't feed your loved ones. So that was quite important to do, and I'm glad the opportunity came and I was able to do it.
Yeah, and last one. How's Anthony Joshua looking in training? We know that Kubrat Pulev fight is hopefully going to happen later this year. Have you been in contact much with him?
I've spoken to Josh, but in terms of seeing him train, I haven't seen him train, to be fair. I think you've probably seen as much as I've seen. But listen, the guy's a champion, man. Whatever he's doing, I'm sure he's doing what he has to do to make sure that Pulev is another opponent that he knocks out. So we're all looking forward to that fight as well, man.
Well, best of luck with your fight, and yeah, hope to catch up soon.
Nice one, Jonathan. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Cheers, man.